In one of the most exciting and fast-moving markets in the world, the entire idea of what luxury even means is being totally rewritten. Today, we're going to unpack a really fascinating report that shows us who's leading this change and what it means for everyone else. Welcome to Flow Tao Salon. For this analysis, we're diving deep into the Aesthetic Luxury Consumer Insight Report. This is a major study put together by the video platform Bilibili and the data powerhouse Kantar, and trust me, it gives us an incredible window into how China's high-end consumer is evolving, like right now. The report opens with this line, and it just perfectly sets the stage. The consumer narrative of an era is quietly changing its manuscript. This isn't just some small tweak or a minor trend. We're talking about a complete rewrite of the rulebook that has defined luxury for decades. Okay, let's pull back the curtain and dive right in. First up, we need to meet the people at the absolute heart of this shift. The report calls them the aesthetic luxury crowd. So who are they really, and what makes them so different? Well, at first glance, you might not see a huge difference. They're still buying those classic luxury items, the bags, the watches, the jewelry. But here's the twist. While the what they're buying looks familiar, the why has been totally turned on its head. So what's really driving this massive change? Well, it all kind of comes down to this one number, 50%. So what does that even mean? It means that for half, literally half of these consumers, the number one most important reason to buy a luxury item is its design and how it looks. This is a huge shift away from just caring about the brand name or the logo. They're not buying a label anymore. They're buying beauty. They're buying a style that really speaks to them on a personal level. And this chart from the report just lays it all out. It shows this new pyramid of what matters. Right at the very top, aesthetics. That's followed closely by craftsmanship and how well the brand actually fits their personal vibe. The old idea of status from a logo has been completely replaced by a much deeper, more personal sense of value. So if these are the new stars of the luxury world, where's their main stage? Where do they all gather and share these new ideas? Well, the report points to one platform in particular, Bilibili. Yeah, this whole scene is playing out on Bilibili. And you gotta understand, Bilibili isn't a place for just mindless scrolling. The data shows it requires way more cognitive input than other platforms, which basically means users are there to really focus and engage. I mean, they're spending almost 2 hours a day on there. It's the perfect environment for the kind of deep, meaningful content this audience is hungry for. So who are we talking about here? The demographics are crystal clear. They're young, with the core group being between 25 and 30. They are incredibly well educated. A staggering 82% went to China's absolute top-tier universities, and they're living in the country's biggest, most developed cities. And here's the crucial part. This isn't just about spending money. No, they're investing in something called cultural capital. And that's not about money in the bank. It's about knowledge, it's about taste, it's about cultural fluency. For this crowd, status comes from what you know and what you appreciate, not just the logo on your handbag. It's about what you know, not just what you own. But, this group isn't just one big blob of people. The report actually breaks them down into these really distinct personas. Let's put the spotlight on two key examples to see what I mean. First up, let's meet the elite self-driver. So these are your super successful young professionals. They see luxury as a direct reflection of their own hard work and achievements. For this group, buying something high quality isn't just about wanting nice things. It's a reward. It's a standard that matches their own professional ambition. Now, for a really fascinating contrast, let's meet the avant-garde adventurer. See how different this is? This persona shows just how diverse the group is. They are way less motivated by their job status and way more interested in exploration and new experiences. They're drawn to the cutting edge. We're talking art, street culture, and those really cool niche designers. For them, luxury is a tool for discovery, for expressing a truly unique identity. Okay, so you're a brand. How in the world do you connect with this smart, sophisticated, and knowledge-hungry audience? Well, the report offers a pretty clear playbook. It really boils down to two golden rules. First, you have to embrace their cultural circles. You can't just stand on the outside and shout ads at them. You have to get in there and become a real, authentic part of their communities. And second, amplify the emotional value. Your product needs a story. It needs a connection to culture that creates what the report calls an emotional imprint. And if you want to see this playbook in action, just look at what Gucci did. So for their Year of the Tiger collection, they didn't just run a bunch of ads. No way. They co-created an actual high-quality documentary with some of the top creators on Bilibili. This move showed they got it. They understood this audience wants stories, not just products. And the result? Over 5.7 million views. And Gucci became a top trending brand topic. It's proof that being a cultural storyteller really, really works. So, as we wrap up, what are the biggest, most important takeaways from all of this? Let's do a quick recap. First, and this is the big one, the definition of luxury is no longer about a famous logo. It is now defined from the inside out by a consumer's personal connection to an item's beauty, its story, and its craftsmanship. Second, Bilibili is the main stage for a very specific reason. It's not just that it's popular, it's that its deep dive content is a perfect match for a consumer who is actively trying to build their cultural knowledge. The platform's format fits their mindset perfectly. And finally, our third key takeaway. At the end of the day, the message for brands is this: you have to evolve. The future isn't about old school marketing. It's about contribution. Brands need to stop being just sellers and start becoming cultural storytellers who add real, genuine value to their audience's lives.
陶醉沙龙，马年新楼。